Hey y'all, I'm back. I'm back. And I know I'm a couple days late. Apologies. Your girl was doing homework and all this other crap just came up. And yesterday I was super exhausted. But no excuses. I'm back with this video for Love During Lockup, Season 3, Episode 62. Anyway, and basically the episode begins with Indy and Harry where it left off last week. And let me just say, I apologize because I know last week I kept calling him Murphy and I don't know why. Like, I'm really confused as to where I picked that up at. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so basically she was still crying from last week, yada, all in her feelings because the news that she is going to be trying to move to Ohio was not received well by her mother and her family, just like we knew was going to happen. I don't know what she expected, being that her mom, again, is, a PI and a bounty hunter. But nothing really much comes up in this scene. Is basically just, her mom telling her she's not feeling it and she's most definitely going to do her, private investigation on him. So she better get ready. Anyway, after that, we go over to Haley and Dalton and we see she's dropping off her son to go spend time with his dad. We find out that they were like high school sweethearts or whatever. They were together for like 10 years or 7 years. They were together for a long time until he cheated on her with her best friend of 10 years. She didn't say if she's still friends with the best friend, but I hope not. And so she's basically just kind of explaining to her baby daddy, I can't remember his name is, but she's basically just saying how, everything about them two, their relationship, whatever. And he basically starts telling her like how his qualms and his issues with the whole situation and how he's just not so much in support of having Dalton around his son. And I get it. I definitely do, just as long as he keeps his issues with the whole situation directed at the fact that, his son is going to be an involved party in this, and him as a parent has all of the right to say whatever about having someone around his child. Like, totally in support of that. But anything beyond that, that is not his business because he did her kind of dirty from what we hear. So that's pretty much that. She's still, at the end of the day, gonna obviously do what she wants. So it is what it is. But I mean, it was legit advice. It was legit concerns and whatever. Next, we get into a new couple, Santiba and Tulsi is his name. And I didn't get the charges on him, but we do find out that she was divorced, or she is divorced. She was married and she actually lost a whole bunch of weight after she got divorced, and she wanted to get back out in the dating game, and ain't nothing wrong with that. We definitely support it over here. And I remember there was one time, I think she even quoted and said like, he doesn't do bad stuff, talking about Tulsi, or at least not that bad. And I'm like, okay, but he clearly committed a crime. Does that make him like the world's worst person, or, whatever? Like, he's serving his time, he's doing his due diligence, but you can't sit here and tell me that he doesn't do bad stuff, because he clearly did, because otherwise he wouldn't be in jail. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And she even goes as far as to say, like, they have the same thoughts and values. And, she's given him a bunch of money because he needs it, whatever that means, for his commissary, whatever. And so we'll see. We see her. She's actually out getting some exercise in with her friend. I didn't catch her friend's name, but of course, as usual, everybody's family, friends, mother, father, whoever, always sees what the person doesn't see. So of course she's not really feeling this, and we'll see how this trickles down in the next coming episodes. Next, Tay and Hottie, Ty, is it Tay or Ty? I keep forgetting. Girl, she's at work, you know, she's a mortician. She actually hasn't been on the job as long as I thought she may have been, because she's still, I guess, training with her boss or whatever. And we see her, she's about to do like an embalming, and her phone keeps ringing. And this old girl Boston, so we think, but of course she can't bring her phone in. Well, her phone is already in the area, which it shouldn't be, but she definitely can't go touching it and stuff, because, you know, that'd be cross-contamination, and, you know, that's just not sanitary. And it's just like, girl, I really am not understanding what she's trying to achieve by blowing up her phone steadily. I'm not understanding it at this point, because especially when she didn't even say anything, and she had to be like literally provoked to the point of like saying something last week. Like, who just calls somebody continuously just to be silent? Like, get a hobby. But before she even can answer the phone, we see that it is now Hottie calling. So she answers the phone, and that's a pretty quick conversation. He don't even say much, but like, hold on, phone's about to cut off, about to call you back, because she's telling him like, this girl keeps calling me and da-da-da and da-da-da. And I'm like, I don't even know, why are you even telling him that? Because we don't even know if his name has been exonerated from this whole thing yet. Like, we don't know if he really is innocent in this, and if he's really not entertaining old girl. And from the looks of it, in the coming episodes, like, something was definitely up there. And there's 3 sides to every story, and I'm really excited to see the truth. So I guess we'll see. But anyway, she also goes to say that, you know, he could be replaced so easily and blah blah blah, and that's why she has this whole process. And I'm like, okay, then what are you holding on to at this point then? Like, what is the point of holding on to any of this if you could replace him so easily? Like, go on your board and find you another one, because I'm not understanding what value you see in this situation. But whatever, that's your life. It ain't got to do with me. Not anything to do with me. Moving right along to Max and Tara. So we still haven't seen Tara in this episode. Still don't know if she's a catfish, if she's, you know, real. We don't know. But we do see, and I was thinking it last week, because I was like, dang, you know, he has a lot of the items in his home, you know, are things that I either have in my home or have aspired to have in my home and stuff like that. Just the decor, like, it just seemed like it just had, you know, a woman's touch. It was very well put together, and it was definitely some glam pieces in there that I was like, oh, okay, you know, those are nice. And I should have known, because guess what? We done found out that he has a roommate. Her name is Alyssa, I believe. Yes, Alyssa. And not only are they roommates, but they sleep together, like physically in the bed. They sleep together, and then they also sleep together like that. So much so that they do OnlyFans, and she brings in her friends. They have, you know, orgies and all types of stuff. And I'm just like, okay. So you got a real girl right here who's clearly she's ready to take things to the next level, but of course he's not. You have her over here, yet you're pressed about this girl who you never met, who could possibly be a catfish or whatever. I think even in the beginning when we first see them, like, she actually comes up to him to give him a kiss, and I was just like, oh, okay. And he kind of like, I don't know if anybody else peeped that. If you did, let me know in the comments below. But I was just like, I just didn't understand. And I think that they're going to wind up having some issues for real in the coming episodes, because she definitely feels some type of way and wants more from him, and he's too busy over here. And sometimes people only can be rejected for so long and so much before they're just like, so I don't know, man. I don't know. They even did their skincare routine together and stuff. It's just like, I don't know. Gabby and Chris, man. Gabby and Chris. You know, at first I was like, oh, you know, because we both from the same area. Like, that's cool, whatever. I saw it for her. I really did. And especially because this was one of the rare instances where she wasn't giving money to the inmate, but the inmate was giving money to her. So I was like, okay, you know, that's cool, you know. But this, Gabby's got some issues she needs to work through. Like, for real, like ASAP. Because the minute you think it's okay to, you feel so confident to tell your mother, like, you, whatever, like, that wasn't cute. Like, that was so just not cute to me. But at the same time, though, I don't know. Something tells me she's not just putting on for camera. Something tells me that this is how she is in life. And that's why I can't completely feel bad for the mom, because clearly, you know, she saw this behavior and she let her do this, and she been getting this off and she felt that comfortable. But we would have been tussling back there. That's just me. And she's mad, and she's actually mad at her mom because she wants to go wedding dress shopping, of course, and her mom is just like, no, like, I'm rather gonna pick these weeds. I'm good on that. I do not want to go, you know, wedding dress shopping with you, because I just don't see it for that. And she didn't want to hear that, but she winds up going anyway. She meets up with about 3 or 4 of her friends, and she's trying on dresses. I think one is like $20,000, the other one's like $10,000, $15,000. It all adds up to like $30,000. And she basically, it has been, every time she needs money, she calls up the lawyer or whatever, because he's a middleman, and she tells him, like, hey, I need however much money. He gets the verbal or written, I don't know how they do it, authorization from Chris, and then he gives her the money via check or whatever. She comes, picks it up, or he mails it. The only problem is this time, because she needs $20,000 to put down on this dress. Mind you, he got a settlement of what, $150,000. So he gave her 60 initially. So now he only has 90,000. So anyway, and she's trying to have this big lavish wedding, and it's just like, honey, let's be realistic here. Please, let's be realistic. But she literally throws a whole hissy fit. If you saw the episode, literally she's going ape shit up in there, because she calls the lawyer. Hey, I need money. I need $20,000. And he basically tells her no, because we also found out earlier that her ass was on her back, because Chris is in the shoot and, you know, in solitary, and she can't talk to him and whatever. So that's why she was all pissed off in the beginning anyway. And just like I said before, she calls, gets the authorization, and gets the money that way. But if he can't get in touch with Chris, then obviously he can't get the authorization. So there's an issue with the process. But she wasn't trying to hear that. Basically talking about, you, I just don't understand. He gives this to me every single other time. So what is the difference? Like, and the lawyer obviously is going to do things the legal way, and as we all know, like, he needs to get that each time. So but she wasn't trying to hear that, and she was super embarrassed and all that, and I was just like, girl, you're dumb. Meanwhile, Haley and Dalton, back to them. Basically, every week they have like a date night where she cooks, and they be on the phone, and she kind of explains to him like how her food is. So she has a steak that, I don't think she's ever prepared a steak a day in her life. I like my steak medium rare, by the way. I don't care what you say. Talk to your mama, not me. But it looked like maybe it was about like medium, maybe, but the outside looked really tough. Like, it just looked tough though at the same time. So I don't know. Maybe she cooked it too hot. I don't know. But I'm good on that. And basically they go back and forth. She tells him, updates him about, like, she's trying to go put like $30,000 on a house. She also got a settlement too, like I said last week. But I just don't get it, man. I really don't. And it's like, okay, cool, you went to look at a house, but like, just why? Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to spend $30,000 on down payment when that could be going to, like, you should put that money up for your child, for you guys to have to, you know, you could have paid off some debt, cool, whatever, but that should have been put up for you and your child. Like, that's what you should be focused on first and foremost, in my opinion. But clearly you're not, and that just makes me turn my nose up. Like, I just don't like it. But the kicker in this whole conversation was that she found his dad, who he don't really like jive with like that, on Facebook, and she is planning to meet up with him so she could try to like mend their relationship. And I'm just like, girl, like, what? Like, why is that your focus? And like, that's between them, and that clearly has been happening and going on, and is something that was even before you. So why don't, when he get out, you let him do that? Like, weird. She clearly has too much time on her hands. What is her occupation? I don't remember. I gotta go look back and see, like, what does she do? Because she can go ask for some overtime, because she got way too much time on her hands, clearly. Looking at my notes, y'all. We go back to Indy and Harry. She is literally packing her belongings to go to Ohio. And what was so revealing to me within this whole thing is that she, you know, Harry calls, they're on the phone, and she's literally asking him, like, does he want her to come up there or whatever? Which I get it. Everybody wants to feel like, you know, Maslow's hierarchy, you know, we all have belonging needs and stuff like that. I get it. But if you literally have to put all your eggs in one basket, so much so that you need to verbally hear this man tell you, yes, he wants you to be there, and when he doesn't, you're still fishing indirectly to like get that out of his mouth, because she asks him and he doesn't say yes, he doesn't say no either. And that should tell you everything you need to know, because it should just flow out of your mouth when, you know, you have such strong feelings and you're so spiritually married with someone. But clearly it doesn't. So she needs to really get her head out of the clouds, because she has not one but two kids. One lives with her, one lives with her dad, but still, like, it's dangerous to be this dumb around. It is dangerous to be this dumb walking around when you have little people depending on you. And then we also get a scene where her mom is with her partner, and she's basically telling him all about the situation. And they look him up, and they look into his charges and see that he's had all these charges, to include kidnapping. And it's just like, and that actually stood out to me too last week. Again, I don't know the whole story, but still, like, kidnapping, like, so that means you held somebody against their will, or like what? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. Gabby and Chris, I think I went over that. And yeah, y'all, that was basically it for the episode. It was interesting. Still excited to see where these storylines take us. And at the same time, I'm definitely like, we definitely got some winners this season. I don't know who my favorite couple is just yet, but we'll see. And actually, you know how they do the clips at the end? We actually got a little clip of dang, what is her name? What is her name? Why can't I think? Angela and what's his face? Angela and whatever from season 1. And she looks really good. She got like her teeth fixed, and you know, she looks really good. She says they still, Angela and Tony, she says they're still married, but she looked really good. he's still doing whatever, but they haven't gotten divorced yet because she said that she paid for enough in the relationship. So if you know, he can go ahead and file for divorce and initiate that and pay for that. And I can't really be mad at her for that, honey. I do hope she is not dating anymore people that do not bring her joy and value in her life. And what's her friend's name? Maybe she dating him, hopefully, because he looked like he could treat her right. But that's it, you guys. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe, like the video, and I will see you guys next week for another one. Bye, guys.